Hello, this is teddygaming here, and welcome back to another read-through on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tmnt RW issue, tmnt Free Comic Book Day issue, it's 2022, so yeah. Now, normally with the sites which I normally get my digital version of the comic from, they not currently have it on there yet, so I had to do a few of the pages, like, scanned in, so like a few of them are going to not be as good quality, but like they're good enough. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this one. Let's go. And before we do get started, if you do like this content and want to see more from this channel, please do make sure to subscribe, like and turn on post notifications. Now let's get on with the video. The one in charge, his name's Leonardo. He made a wrong turn somewhere. Now they're all called with their backs to the wall in a trash-strewn alley. Bearing the way out are 15 soldiers of the Earth Protection Force, a well-armed squad patrolling the east side. The only way out for them is capture or death. Leonardo holds his sides in a relaxed ready position. To his left, Donatello and Michelangelo follow suit with nunchaku and katanas. Raphael guards his right side. I can see his body quivering with tense energy, waiting to be triggered into his savage slashing release. Stand down. You are either in violation of CAY mutant quarantine or guilty of gross stupidity in those turns out to be turtle costumes. He's about to find out. They're not wearing costumes. Here they come. Deadly force authorities. The soldiers are young but well trained. They've been around hardened by combat. They've fought and beaten both human and aliens, but not ninjas. The ninja turtles hit the EPF squad airborne. Nino stabs two on the way down. Donatello takes out a third with his nunchaku. The soldiers don't waste much time on hand to hand. They break into small flanking teams and open up with guns. The one called Raphael seems to love this stuff. There's a blur as bow comes out. The three soldiers don't even see that. Too bad. What are these things? Don't know, some kind of ninjas. But even ninjas can bleed. Line 'em up. Yeah, they can bleed. But the soldiers can too. The skirmish is over, and only 4 mutants are still standing. Their training has served them well. A police iron walls close by, coming fast. When they arrive, they'll only find what's left of the EPF squad. They run from those who should be their allies. The storm drain beckons. They were never far from a means of escape, as if they planned for all of this. They struck hard and fade away into the night. And I'm simply left wondering, what the hell is going on? Good question. Find out answers to this and much more soon in the tmnt Armageddon games. Okay, so yeah, that was the little quick 10-page Free Comic Books Day stuff. Now the rest of this wasn't really that entertaining, and I don't feel like it was really worth me putting in here, because the last 10 pages was just putting in the first 10 pages of the original comic, but it was basically the two comics or stories are basically the same but just done differently. So this one is all just like going a bit over what's going to be happening in the Armageddon games and stuff like that, which could be quite fun to see. I've already read it and it just reveals some interesting stuff and I feel like maybe you might want to know. So yeah, let's quickly read this. So you might be saying to yourself, wait a sec, am I going crazy, or did this cover of the Free Comic Book Day look eerily familiar? And those story pages, is this deja vu in hyperdrive or what? Well, rest assured, you aren't going crazy. The faster than light deja vu has nothing to do with what you're feeling. All you need is a bit of explanation from your trusty truly about how this little but important tmnt Phoebe you're holding in your hands came about. For those who may not know, I was main writer on IDW's tmnt ongoing comic for the first 100 issue, foregoing the new tales alongside my phenomenal editor Bonro Chrono, and my brother from another mother, the legendary Kevin Eastman, as well as a plethora of amazing artists. I was a darn good run. It was a darn good run if I do say so myself, and I couldn't be prouder about what we all accomplished together when I signed off the series after completing the milestone issue 100, and I couldn't have been more excited to hand the reins over to our current main writer, the uber talented Sophie Campbell. So this might be a good time to say, but this is written by Tom Waltz, who was the writer on this series, but then he left to go do The Last Ronin. So the original plan after I departed from the book was Sophie to write 12 issues, 1 year's worth, and then see where things were at that point. Well, sufficient to say, 12 issues turned into 15, and things were looking great. Sophie was telling an amazing story, and dialing up as a series artist on many issues in fine fashion, and the book was streaming right along. As for me, I was still playing in the tmnt sandbox, once again working alongside Kevin on a little book called The tmnt Last Ronin. You might have heard of it. Things were rolling smoothly in Toyland, and before we knew it, Sophie's 15 issues turned into 20. Time flies when fun is being had, am I right? And she and Bobby were having discussions about her continued future on the book, and definitely not because she overstayed her welcome. On the contrary, she was still telling a fantastic tale, which was reflected in the hugely positive response from both readers and retailers. But other creative projects were calling her name, and the question became one of her available bandwidth moving forward. So Bobby reached out to me and asked if should Sophie leave this series, would I be interested in coming back, and I said, honestly, I'm not sure. Look, I love tmnt dearly, the brand, the characters, my fellow creators, the fans, you name it, but I too am a fan first and foremost. I was really enjoying being on that side of the table while Sophie was doing her magic on the ongoing series. And I was a bit concerned that my fellow fans might not be too excited about the old guy coming back after they've gone on to take some new versions after my 10th year on the book. But then I started thinking, there was something I did want to do, a big tmnt event that ties up some loose plot threads I left dangling in issue 100, as we all complemented all the wonderful new story elements Sophie had brought to the series. It would be a temporary run, 12 issues max. I call it the tmnt Armageddon Games. I explained my idea to Bobby and Sophie and tried to my pleasant surprise, they both dug it. Even more pleasant because Sophie exclaimed, I need to be a part of this. I can't leave now. And so we had our plan. In summer 2022, Sophie and I would and will join forces to present a tmnt corresponding event like no other, with Sophie remaining of the ongoing series, while that is a scribe for the next event, Max series, which brings us to the strangely familiar comic book you're now holding in your hands. As I was plotting the overall event, Bobby approached me one day and asked if I'd be able to come up with a tmnt story for our Free Comic Book Day 2022 offering, especially one that tied directly to the upcoming event. And in true comic book publishing fashion, for the upcoming event, and in true we needed to get something plotted, approved and rendered yesterday. I was hesitant at first, as I was still developing the event, but there were some plot lines that I was certain were going to be a major part of the story, including the 4 mysterious souls in white masks you've just witnessed, as well as narrator. That got me thinking about where all the therapy and ninja madness began. Mirage tmnt issue 1 by Peter Laird, and you guessed it, Kevin Eastman. I thought about how mysteriously that classic issue opened with the gritty artwork, the noir-driven narration, the 4 bizarre ninjas with Cheryl taking on dangerous street gang, beating down said gang and then disappearing into the night. Well, into the sewers hole specifically. What? And now I had 4 weekly bizarre mutant tales planned to launch on the world. And that's when inspiration hit me. We could tell a new tmnt story, paying homage to the original while simultaneously promoting our upcoming tmnt game, Armageddon game, event. And we could give it our beloved reader for free. And so Sophie and I teamed up to create the comic you now hold in your hands. An honest love letter to Eastman and Laird's classic first issue, utilising a remarkable past in the present in order to push forward an exciting future. Maybe it's deja vu in hyperdrive after all. Anyway, we all hope you enjoy our 10-page teaser of things to come. I'm not normally one to make bold predictions, but I feel pretty dang confident in saying that 2022 will be the biggest year for the tmnt IDW publishing ever. We hope you all join us for the ride. So yeah, that was written in January, and then you can see at the bottom where it says like the PS things just saying, but like if you read like next bit, it's just going to be like the first 10 pages of the original comic. So yeah. So that was an interesting story, and we did get to find some new information out about like the Armageddon game event. We're now going to be a 12-issue series, which that is so exciting, and there could potentially be some tie-in comics, I'm guessing, because if you got a big event like this, you're gonna have tie-ins. And while I didn't really know anything too information with the Turtles or Venus or anything like that, it is still quite intriguing. Now, the thing that sort of confuses me is that, like, when was this originally supposed to be released? Because in the current IDW comics, Venus is still strapped up, and these turtles are still in their little pod things, so I'm really confused in, like, where exactly this all takes place in the, like, timeline and continuity sort of stuff. So I'm quite confused there, but I'm really looking forward to the Armageddon game now, as this is more or less brought the hype, or the fanboy and super hype for me in this issue. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I was always on board, but this is really taking it to another level. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you do something, please share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.